We believe in criminal justice reform. There is only one president that passed the First Step Act, giving people a second chance.
For years, Tiffany Trump, the youngest daughter of Donald Trump, managed to stay largely out of the spotlight. Unlike her siblings, who were often in the media's gaze, Tiffany carefully avoided controversy and the chaos surrounding her family. She led a life of luxury, yet she kept a quiet, low-profile presence. Her deliberate distance from the public eye only added to her allure, making her one of the most mysterious members of the Trump family. Tiffany's quiet lifestyle, filled with moments of calm away from the constant drama, was in stark contrast to the high-profile, media-driven existence of her father and older siblings. While her family's every move was broadcast across news outlets, Tiffany opted for a more private life, rarely appearing at events or making public statements. This choice to stay removed from the chaotic world of politics and celebrity led her to create her own identity, independent of the Trump brand. However, recently, this quiet life began to unravel. After a sudden and surprising divorce, Tiffany's world has been thrust into the headlines. Rumors swirl about a troubled marriage, secret moves behind the scenes, and a mysterious real estate deal that has left the public questioning what really happened. What was once a well-curated silence has now cracked wide open, drawing attention to the most private and perhaps misunderstood Trump of them all. Welcome back to our channel. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from us. Tiffany Trump, the youngest daughter of former President Donald Trump and his second wife, Marla Maples, has had a childhood that set her apart from her siblings. Unlike her older brothers and sisters, who were raised in the fast-paced, high-profile world of Trump Tower and Manhattan, Tiffany's upbringing was notably different. She spent much of her early years in California, far removed from the glitz and glamour of New York City. While her siblings were already immersed in the Trump brand, attending high-profile events, and being groomed for the family business, Tiffany was raised primarily by her mother, Marla Maples, in a quieter, more laid-back environment. This contrast in upbringing meant that Tiffany's life took on a different trajectory. While Ivanka, Donald Jr., and Eric were at the forefront of the Trump empire, Tiffany remained on the periphery, not fully involved in the family's business dealings or the political spotlight. This outsider status often made her more elusive, adding an air of mystery to her character. Tiffany's early years in California allowed her to experience a relatively normal childhood, free from the intense public scrutiny her siblings endured. This sense of separation would go on to shape her identity, as she sought to navigate the complexities of being both a member of a prominent family and an individual who wanted to carve out her own path in the world. Tiffany Trump has always been somewhat of an enigma, living life on her own terms while being part of one of the most famous families in America. Unlike her siblings, who quickly became fixtures in the public eye, Tiffany sought to carve out a path that was uniquely her own. Her desire for independence and a personal identity away from the Trump family legacy became evident early on. In 2011, Tiffany briefly dipped her toes into the world of public fame when she released a pop single, Like a Bird. Although the song didn't make a huge splash on the charts, it marked Tiffany's attempt to step out and explore a career that wasn't tied to her father's empire. This brief foray into the music industry was a bold move, showing that she wanted to express herself creatively and perhaps live a life that was not entirely defined by the Trump name. However, Tiffany quickly redirected her focus, choosing to pursue higher education at the University of Pennsylvania, where she studied sociology and law. This shift toward academics reflected her desire to build her own future, independent of the political and business world that her family was known for. Tiffany's educational path symbolized her dedication to creating a life that was rooted in her own aspirations, one that would allow her to establish a career on her own terms. Tiffany Trump's romantic life has recently captured public attention, especially after her relationship with Michael Boulos, a wealthy heir with ties to a prominent Nigerian business family. Unlike many other high-profile romances, Tiffany and Michael's relationship developed quietly and out of the media spotlight, at least initially. The two met in 2018 during a vacation in Mykonos, Greece, and it wasn't long before their chemistry became apparent. Michael, the son of a successful Lebanese-Nigerian business tycoon, hails from a different kind of wealth, far removed from the celebrity-driven lifestyle of the Trump family. His background in business and international affairs made him a unique match for Tiffany, who had spent much of her life trying to forge her own identity outside the shadow of her famous family. Their relationship blossomed steadily, and in 2021, Tiffany and Michael became engaged. Michael proposed with a stunning 12-carat diamond ring, reflecting the grandeur and opulence of their families. The engagement took place on the final day of Donald Trump's presidency, marking a significant moment for Tiffany as she stepped further into the spotlight with her engagement being made public. Their union has not only united two powerful families, but has also brought Tiffany into the political and social circles that her family is known for. Tiffany's decision to marry Michael Boulos is seen by many as a strategic and symbolic alliance, combining two dynasties of wealth and influence. The engagement and marriage are a testament to Tiffany's ability to navigate her own path within the Trump family legacy while forging her own personal connections. Tiffany Trump's wedding to Michael Boulos in 2022 was a celebration of both love and legacy, held at the iconic Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida. The event, which was as grand as one would expect from a member of the Trump family, radiated opulence at every turn. It wasn't just a personal milestone for Tiffany and Michael, but also a high-profile event that brought together powerful figures from various fields, including politics, business, and international relations. The guest list was filled with political insiders, billionaires, and dignitaries, all of whom are part of the elite circles that Tiffany and Michael now move in. The luxurious setting of Mar-a-Lago, with its breathtaking waterfront views, towering palm trees, and stunning floral arrangements, transformed the estate into a near-royal setting. The wedding reflected not only Tiffany's personal style, but also her connection to two of the world's most powerful families. Tiffany's wedding gown, designed by renowned fashion house Eli Saab, was a statement in itself, an intricate masterpiece with sheer sleeves, delicate beading, and a train that captured the grandeur of the day. The wedding wasn't just a private affair, it was a strategic alliance between two powerful dynasties. As the Trump family continues to navigate the world of politics and business, this marriage symbolized the merging of wealth, influence, and tradition. For Tiffany, this wedding marked the beginning of a new chapter in her life, where personal love and powerful legacy intertwine. Tiffany Trump's wedding to Michael Boulos in 2022 was an extravagant and highly publicized event filled with grandeur and high-profile guests. However, despite the fairy tale-like celebration, rumors and speculation about cracks in their relationship began to surface soon after the wedding. These whispers of marital difficulties have sparked concerns among the public, casting a shadow over what was initially seen as a blissful union. The pressures of living under constant public scrutiny, coupled with the expectations placed on them as members of two powerful families, could undoubtedly strain their relationship. As members of the Trump and Boulos families, both Tiffany and Michael are under immense pressure to maintain their public images and uphold the legacies of their respective dynasties. This, combined with the intense media attention, may have created stress on their marriage. Furthermore, cultural and familial differences may play a role in the challenges they face. Tiffany was raised in the United States in a family deeply involved in American politics and business, while Michael's background is rooted in a Lebanese-Nigerian business empire. The blending of these two different worlds may present unique challenges that require constant adjustment and compromise. While no official statements have been made regarding the state of their marriage, these rumors continue to capture public attention, making many wonder if Tiffany and Michael can navigate the complexities of their relationship while maintaining their family legacies. Tiffany Trump has recently announced some exciting news that has marked a major shift in her personal life. She's expecting a baby. This announcement has brought a wave of joy and excitement, signaling a new beginning for Tiffany and her growing family. For a while, there had been rumors swirling about her marriage to Michael Boulos, with speculations about a potential divorce. However, Tiffany's pregnancy has put those rumors to rest, offering a glimpse of the couple's strong bond and commitment to their future together. This new chapter for Tiffany is not just about welcoming a child. It symbolizes her continued evolution as an individual, building a life that is distinctly her own. For years, Tiffany lived in the shadows of her famous family, but now she's stepping into the spotlight on her own terms. Her decision to start a family shows a commitment to creating a future that is rooted in love, stability, and independence from the drama that often surrounds her family. As Tiffany prepares for motherhood, it's clear that she is ready to embrace the challenges and joys of this new phase. Her journey reflects a deeper sense of personal fulfillment, one that goes beyond the glare of the public eye, focusing instead on the intimate and meaningful aspects of life. This new chapter is undoubtedly a pivotal moment for Tiffany, and it will be interesting to see how this milestone reshapes her future. Tiffany Trump's relationship with her father, former President Donald Trump, has always been notably different from that of her siblings. While Ivanka, Donald Jr., and Eric have closely aligned themselves with their father's public persona, business ventures, and political career, Tiffany has remained somewhat on the periphery. This has led to a more distant and complex relationship between Tiffany and Donald. Tiffany's upbringing was distinct from that of her siblings. Raised primarily by her mother, Marla Maples, in California, she did not grow up surrounded by the hustle and bustle of Trump Tower or the constant media attention that followed her father and siblings. While her father's other children were groomed to take on leadership roles in the Trump Organization and engage in political affairs, Tiffany took a different approach. She pursued her education and career interests, studying sociology and law, and seeking to carve out her own identity rather than following the family's high-profile path. This separation from the spotlight, combined with the different environments in which she was raised, has contributed to the emotional distance between Tiffany and Donald. She has often expressed admiration for her father, but her comments suggest a recognition of the complexities in their relationship. In a family defined by ambition, politics, and wealth, Tiffany's desire for privacy and individuality has made her the outsider in a family where public perception and expectations are paramount. Tiffany Trump, the youngest daughter of former President Donald Trump, has long been seen as the more private and independent member of the Trump family. Over the years, she has quietly distanced herself from the intense public scrutiny and media attention that her father and older siblings are constantly under. However, more recently, Tiffany's actions seem to indicate a desire to forge her own path, separate from the Trump family legacy. One of the most significant signs of this shift is her apparent decision to step away from the Trump Organization's assets. While her father and siblings have remained deeply involved in the family business, Tiffany has made moves that suggest she no longer wants to be associated with the business empire that bears her name. This detachment is symbolic of a larger trend in her life, where she is embracing a more independent identity that is less tied to the Trump brand. Tiffany's evolving personal image also reflects this desire for independence. In contrast to her siblings, who have been public figures in politics and business, Tiffany has focused more on her education and personal development. Her quieter presence in the public eye is a conscious decision to define herself by her own achievements and values. This journey of stepping away from the family empire and seeking her own way represents a significant shift in her life, one that shows she is ready to carve out a future that is uniquely hers. How do you see Tiffany Trump's life? If it were you, what would you do? Leave a comment below and remember to click the bell icon to get notified about our latest content. Thank you very much and see you soon.